Welcome back to some Celeste. I'm Dear Darling, and we'll face Inner Demons and Reach a Summit together as we jump into... What are we doing? B-side of Core, I remember now. As I immediately die. Hold on. Volume's too loud. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a weird position right now because I just got finished recording some Fez, and it was actually the last episode of Fez. Spoilers. Actually, I think the last episode of Fez has probably come out... probably after this comes out, right? No, before this comes out. Sorry. I got my prepositions wrong. So I was like, okay, normally I record like 2 episodes or something, so we're just going to record 1 episode of Celeste maybe today, maybe 2 if I really feel like it as we carry on. So I'm going to be a little bit more out of practice than usual, which is what I say all the time. We've definitely messed up here, because I've forgot the mechanic of this level is we can only dash once, or well, once per thing. I don't remember how I did this. Didn't I find like a really nice way of doing this before? Oh well, we'll just do a way to sort of brute force our way through. Oh, I forgot we can jump on these things, can't we, to bounce higher? Sorry, as I take a little warm up. But yes, I mean, Celeste is also coming to a round of like, it's just kind of a weird position because basically all the games I recorded have like kind of finished. Like Chicken Please I finished. Oh god, didn't go high enough. Chicken Please I finished a while back, like a few days ago maybe. And then Fez, of course, I finished today. And then we got Celeste, which is probably finishing soon. No! Oh, if I jumped I would have had it. Which is probably finishing soon after we, you know, we do the core B side and then we hopefully do the, whatever this weird moon level is. Which I didn't even know was a thing. And I know there is a thing, like, I can't remember what it's called, like, is it a golden straw? I think it's called a golden strawberry, where you can defeat, if you manage to beat each chapter, I believe, without dying. And then sometimes you can do it without dashing or something. I'm going to tell you straight up now, I'm not doing that. It's far too difficult and far too tedious for me to do. If you did it and you've done it and you've done it for like the completion rights or because you absolutely love Celeste, that's fair enough, you know. More power to you. I'm not here to hate on you if you do it or anything like that. I'm just telling you and being upfront about it right now. I'm not going to do it. That's far too difficult and far too much for me. Celeste is already a very tough game. I can't imagine like doing this chapter. I don't know if the B-sides have golden strawberries, but I can't imagine doing this chapter without dying. That's absurd. But yeah, so it's a bit of a strange position where somehow all my games have ended like not simultaneously, but they're gonna end very close to each other, which is just a bit of a weird feeling. You know, it's always weird when you finish a game. You're like, oh man, it feels like an era has come and passed. You know, it's not really an era or anything of that ilk. It's just another game checked off a list. Checked off a list makes it sound like it's like a chore, a job to go through. But no, they're super fun. I've enjoyed all of them so far. You might ask a question. What's your least favourite game that you played for your channel? I don't actually know. I don't know if I have a least favourite game I played for the channel. I mean, all the games I've played, I've loved them, but you know, some of them, I shouldn't have done some things. Like The Witness, I definitely shouldn't have probably gone around collecting all the environmental puzzles without the guide so early on because it was tedious. What? Ah. But and some other things like Hollow Knight, I ended up getting really tired by doing the Pantry of Mahalo Nest over and over again at the end. But the immense satisfaction I got from completing them certainly was worth it, and did not dissuade me from how much I liked the game in the end. What? Okay, I also did notice there's a crystal down there in the bottom right after that bumper, so we can actually afford to dash, I think. But yeah, I suppose it's just a bit strange. Coming to an end of all these things. It means I've also had to... This weekend is going to be me basically drawing the thumbnail arts for the upcoming series. I don't know if I talked about them. And I probably have. I'm not keeping them hidden anymore, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll be a bit coy about them before. I was like, ooh, what's coming? Who knows? But now, no, there's like not really much point about, I think. So the one coming after Chicken Police is... Bug Snacks, and the one coming after Fez is Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2. I've gotten so many suggestions from people, and I'd love to play all of them. I just don't own a lot of those games, which made it rather difficult in the first place to actually play them. Because I mean, the whole point of me doing this channel is that I want to play through the good games that I already have. And obviously, since I'm not getting any money from making these videos or anything, I can't. It's not like a cyclical thing where I can like, oh, the money I use can be used to buy the games which I'm recording videos of, which in turn can lead to purchase more games and anything like that. It's just for the fun of it. So yeah, that's why I know if you've suggested games ages ago, which I've never got around to playing, and I said I'd definitely check them out. I do want to check them out, I just don't own the game, which makes it difficult, so I'm sorry about that. But either way, we're just going to be carrying on. I've apologised for it quite a lot, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm doing it for like to get your hopes up, but they are going to happen. It's just when I pick up. It's an issue of when and how I can acquire those games. But yeah, I do intend to, especially Talos Principle. I've heard so much about it now. But people are just like, oh, if you like Witness, you should check out Talos Principle. Or people are like, who play Talos Principle are like, oh, you'll love a Witness. It's like, if they're so hand in hand, intertwined, I'm certainly going to like it. Celeste, of course, love it. Fantastic, smooth game, smooth like butter. No, I should have just committed to the landing on that one before. Trying to swing out of a spike skin. Probably should do that more often, actually. Because that's like the 4th time it's happened now. Or if I just committed to the landing on the thing, it would have worked. That time I was actually too fast, so the thing didn't spawn in time. Amusingly. Okay. No, I saw it coming. But I could not adjust my angle in time. And thus it led to my demise. You get into a sort of nice rhythm doing this sort of thing. I wonder how close to the end we are to the B-side. I can't remember how much we played of this last time. I feel like we got some considerable distance in, but I might be getting confused with A-side. Excuse me, sorry. Had to just cough. So yeah. This was a fantastic game. This has a thing where I'm trying to think when this video is going to come out. Is it going to come out before or after the finale? I'm pretty sure this is going to come out after the finale of Fez, so I can spoil it. They have the thing in Fez, which I absolutely love, is where they have like community-based. Wait, oh, we don't have a dash. I forgot. This entire time I was operating under the principle that we had a dash. We don't have a dash. That's not a dash crystal. That's not a stamina crystal. It's a lock or a key, I should say. What was I saying? Yeah, we got the... If you don't know, in Fez they have this puzzle in Fez, which is dubbed the Black Monolith Puzzle, as I now know, which is basically just an absolutely monstrously difficult puzzle to solve by yourself. In fact, I know the solution and I know how you're potentially meant to solve it now. It's unreasonable, basically, I'd say, for one person to figure out, but still. Oh, there we go. That took forever. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty unreasonable for you to figure it out for yourself. But it's a sort of thing where I'm pretty sure it's meant to be like, as a community, you're meant to solve it together. Like, you go on like forums and be like, oh, this is what I tried, this is what I've tried. And I love it when games have that sort of thing. And I was talking about it a little bit in the... Hold a minute. We need to dash 3 times there. So I guess this first jump here we need to do without a dash. We just do it with a jump. Because I talked about it about Hearthstone recently. I don't play Hearthstone, mind you, but I've seen it because I still follow the Hearthstone Trump, not the ex-president of the United States, on YouTube sometimes, and he was basically trying to solve them. He's got the same desire to solve puzzles that I do, I suppose, but he was very committed to try and solving these like community-based puzzles by himself, which is a valiant effort, but you know, obviously unfeasible, I think, in the end. Yeah, but Fez has one itself with the Black Monolith. The thing is, apparently the community solved it by brute forcing the solution, because the solution is so... It's so unreasonably obscure that it feels almost impossible, I'd imagine, to work out by yourself. It's crazy. And here I thought, like when I first did it, I was like, oh, when I first got the black monolith to appear, I was like, oh, maybe I can solve this by myself if I try hard enough. No, it was never going to happen. It was so outlandishly unreasonable that I'm glad I didn't. And I ended up looking on a guide, basically what I had to do. Yeah, but I mean, it's not the first time I've had to use a guide on a puzzle game. I mean, I don't think I've ever had to use it for the core puzzles, but I've had to use it a few times on, like, not extraneous, but like special puzzles. Most notably of the Witness. Obviously, I used it for most of the environmental puzzles, actually, like a hint guide. No, I don't like to use for long guides because they're not very, you know, it's kind of defeating the point of a puzzle game. For me, at that point, maybe not for you. Maybe if you're a completionist and you just want to like see the ending, that sort of thing. It'd be fine for you. But the point of it for me is that I want to work out the solution. But yeah, I had it with Babo's U. Babo's U, I completed basically, I think, not all the puzzles of a core game without a hint. Most of them. The one of them I definitely didn't was like the Floating Islands 2 one or whatever it's called. It might not be called Floating Islands now I think about it. It's so difficult. Yeah, I had to use a hint on that one. I had to use a hint on another level. I can't remember what. But then there's like secret levels, which I used the hint guide a few times. Okay, let's see. We need to again do the same thing. Is this another free? It's another free. No, we went too high. Oh no. But yeah, but Babo's U has some like super secret like meta levels or whatever, which I've had to use hints for quite a few of them, I remember. And I think there's no shame in having to use a hint because, you know, the puzzles are designed to be hard. Certainly I could have... Oh my gosh, and it almost didn't make it. Certainly I could have just like, not brute force, but sat there for ages trying to figure it out. But there's nothing wrong with just being like, you know, I need a hint. Puzzle games are meant to be enjoyable and for everyone, you know. And if your enjoyment of it is like, oh, I need big hints on every single level, that's perfectly fine, I think. There's nothing to be ashamed of for that. If your idea of having fun with a puzzle game is like, I need to solve absolutely everything for myself, and I don't care if it takes me 15 hours to solve a single puzzle, I will solve it. That's fair enough too, you know, more power to you. It's just finding the right balance of how you want to interface with games. And, you know, it comes... I think about this a lot as well, because I tend to be more of a completionist, maybe than your average person when it comes to games, as you've seen by Hollow Knight, where, you know, I did basically almost everything I could apart from the Steel Soul mode. You need to figure out where you draw lines when it comes to games of like, not draw lines of like, oh, there's no one going to play this game, but like modes and extra 100% things. Like some people might just be like, oh, you absolutely need to play like Hollow Knight all the way through to the end. You need to go fight Absolute Radiance and that sort of thing, otherwise you haven't truly like experienced the game. And, you know, I kind of resist that notion. I was going to say there's no way we're going to make that. We had to definitely jump off that other side. I think you should just play the game until, you know, such that you have fun with it. Some games, I'm going to admit, are a slow burn, but if a game doesn't grab you immediately, then there's no sense in continuing onwards if you don't think it's going to suit you any longer after that, you know. So play Hollow Knight basically, or like any other difficult game. Difficult games especially, like, to a degree that you feel comfortable doing so. No! That was so close. Like, so for Hollow Knight, if, like, you want to stop after, like, the first boss fight because you find it too difficult, fair enough, you know? It's a tough game. You shouldn't be shamed for doing it if you don't want to. Or if you want to go all the way to the end and you want to do the Pantheon of Hallownest with every single modifier on, every single seal on, you do you know? Find your balance. It's basically the motto here. How? We need a double dasher. How is that possible? How can I get there with an extra dash? Or can we really just, like, launch ourselves? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, we might not even need a dash here. Wait, I'm trying to figure out how I get the like, super jump. Is it I let go and I press A? What causes a super jump? Because we're going to need a lot of height. I'm telling you right now. That final jump. I mean, it doesn't matter if we use a dash here or not now I think about it, because there's a stamina crystal here. But being able to figure out the mechanics of a super jump will be rather helpful, you think? Ooh, gosh, this is not the timing I'm used to. So yeah, play games to the extent that you want them to. Is basically what I'm trying to say in the end. As long as... I mean, the point of the game is to have fun. I know it doesn't mean you need to have fun 100% of the time while you're playing the game, because, you know, I'm sure doing the Pantheon Hallonesses or with all bindings is very frustrating at times, but if getting that reward at the end, that dopamine hit, I suppose, of you completing the entire thing, like the toughest challenge of the game, if you need that, if you don't need that dopamine hit, but if that dopamine hit is worth it to you, then by all means, go for it. There we go. Stick it out to the end. Boing, 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 boing. Oh! I didn't think about the fact that I wouldn't be able to bounce them up anymore. But if you just play the game and you get to like the first ending, you're like, you know what, I'm good. More power to you. And honestly, good on you for being able to judge exactly when you stop having fun with the game. As I say, the game is meant to be fun. If it's not fun, stop playing. Oh gosh. That's not an easy thing to admit, I think. I think a lot of people... I think it's quite common to be like, oh, you're not a true gamer unless you do X, Y, Z or something, or you've experienced it to the end. It's like, or people, you'd be the subject of ridicule if you're like, oh, I didn't like playing the game, so I stopped playing it before the final boss. I didn't 100% the game because I just didn't like playing it anymore, you know? I resist that notion. And hopefully it's not a particularly common one, hopefully not one that you abide by. I'm here to tell you, it's perfectly fine. Interface a game on your own terms. Sorry, I've basically been saying the same thing for like the past 10 minutes, but... I was thinking about it because when I was younger I played Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, and then the final boss was like super hard. If you don't know, it's Shadow Peach, spoilers if I remember, or the Shadow Queen, who's like controlled Peach somehow. I don't really remember the story, but I remember it's super difficult. And when I went to play Paper Mario the first one, I didn't want to fight the final boss because I was like, the final bosses are always so difficult. I got scorned, if anything, scarred even from the final boss and the second one, being like, oh, if that's how hard it is going to be, I can't imagine how hard it's going to be in the first one. And then I remember I used to watch this dude called Sonic Dude 101, I believe, who played through Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and it was super fun watching him. It was, you know, he was my favourite YouTuber at the time, and it was my favourite game at the time. So it's super fun to watch him. And then I remember he was just like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do the final boss because it's really annoying and difficult. I'm just going to move on to the next series because I don't want to do this boss. So he just saved it, and then that was the final episode. He didn't even do the boss. He was just like, just if you want to see someone play the final boss, like, look it up yourself. At the time, I was like, what? You can't do that. Because I was much more achievement focused, I suppose, when it came to games. I was like, you've got to do everything you absolutely can in a game. Otherwise, what's the point? You're not getting a full experience out of a game, which is obviously just a very fallacious way to look at things. Oh, gosh. But now I'm older, I'm just like, you know what? Mad respect to that. He was a reasonably popular YouTuber at the time, and I imagine maybe he got a lot of backlash for it, I don't know. It must have been strange, but at the time I was just like, you know what, fair enough. You don't want to do that boss. It is an annoying boss, mind you. And he was very upfront about it. He was just like, I'm not going to do it. No. I see, we have to time that such that we fall onto the block as we flip the switch. Which actually is not going to be too bad because oh my gosh. This level requires so much concentration. Oh my word. So many twitch reactions are required, which I do not have. And do not come so naturally to me. I'm actually like leaning around and trying to dodge the fireballs myself. It's not really how it works, but you know you always do that. Like how can you go bowling without trying to lean along with your bowling ball? Okay, there I just couldn't figure out in time exactly how to time it to land on the ice balls. But once we landed on one, it should be relatively easy, is what it looks like to me. No! Oh, I missed it by a second. If I didn't dash, I probably would have had that. Maybe. It's a bit hard to tell, to be honest. Oh my god. I missed, apparently. Don't say it. Don't say it. Oh, I tried to catch some fog once. Oh, what happened? Oh, I missed. Ha 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 ha. I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure it out in my head. I think maybe it's better we don't fall from above for it. Controversially, I know. Maybe if we go sideways into it. Because if it's like this, we can go like this and then land on it like that. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. The problem is we don't have much space to fall down into. That was pretty close, I'm not gonna lie. Oh gosh, I meant to dash vertically upwards, but instead I dashed diagonally. So yeah, so Hollow Knight's going on. Wait, not how Hollow Knight's going on. I haven't played that game for ages. Silk Song is going to be coming out, not relatively soon, but sometime this year, if I recall. That's what the dates have been said. Oh my gosh, I forgot E3's going on. I haven't checked out any other E3 news yet. Don't spoil me. I mean, you can't spoil me because I'm in the past, sorry, for you. No. What a nuisance this is. I'm trying to get through this because it's quite annoying. Okay. Really had my breath there. Oh, I see. We're back to the... What? Oh, yeah, why did I do that? Why don't I just dash on it normally instead of going the weird way around? What? Do we do this? I jumped a little bit early there, not gonna lie. I did indeed jump too early. No! No! I had that there, I had that. This one's actually significantly easier than quite a few of the past levels. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say like I'm excited for Celeste to end because I love playing it. Don't get me wrong. But it'd be nice to... It'd be fun to check out some new things every once in a while. As the downside with me playing like... Not to completion of the games, but playing so much of the games. I'm not sure of more than your average Let's Player. I like to think so. But it means that I spend really long times on a lot of these games, and luckily I don't really need to think about metrics and analytics of that sort of thing, because I'm spending a long time on one series, the view count drops dramatically. Which is why you probably see so many big YouTubers checking out like loads of different games, because that's really what brings in the views, it brings in the money. Having like a 50-part series of like Celeste or whatever is not particularly conducive to viewers' interest, even though it might be a fan favourite. So that's why. What on earth am I doing? But I like to play... I luckily don't need to think about these things because I'm playing it for my own metrics of fun. Oh, this is going to be tough. It's going to be a right nightmare, I can tell you now. Especially if I do something like this. Actually, it's not going to be too bad. It's once we figure out the timing on this jump, it'll be fine, I think. Oh, maybe we can use both dashes here. I've only been using one dash because I've felt like we've needed it, but maybe we... No, I don't know. I think we do need another dash. Yeah, there's no way we can make that. Oh, I missed. Okay, that's how you do it. You go jump, 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 jump. I never actually noticed that ice balls actually move slower than fireballs, which makes perfect sense, considering the elements and the stereotypes associated with them. Come on. No. I can't get high enough. You make me feel high. That's not how the song goes. Wait, hold on. I didn't mean like that. What's the song that goes like, you take me high? I can't remember. Is that a song? I don't know. Heavens a forge. I don't remember a song. Oh, I missed. Just a second higher. Sorry, a meter higher, not a second higher. You can't really be a second higher. Doesn't really make much sense. Get on it. Interfacing with these bumpers is quite the nuisance, isn't it, huh? Oof. Barely through. Spring. Alright. My spring, your fall. Oh my word. It's timing based. This is going to be such a nuisance. Oh, that was close. If I committed, I might have made it. What if we just send it? You know, we just go like, meow. Alright. Turns out going meow is the way to go. if we just work out from here what timing we need to go meow through, then we good. Then we Gucci, as the kids say. I don't think kids say Gucci anymore, to be honest. I'll tell you now, as your resident, not really a zoomer. No, I think we have to dash out and dash back in. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, we almost have a timing there if we just go whoop, 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 whip. No, that was so close. I didn't know where that last one was, so I had to improvise. Improvise. It's like comedy skit actors do on Saturday Night Live or whatever. Oh my word. So I'm going to run out of conversational fodder. I wasn't expecting to record a Celeste episode, so I put my brain in thinking mode. You should watch the first episode, so some of them are pretty funny. Like there's a bonus episode. Like to solve, it's probably the most I've ever done to solve any sort of like puzzles in a puzzle game. Like one of them I had to translate the entire Fez language. That was certainly quite a lot of things to do. I knew that wasn't happening. I had no vertical height basically that entire time. And another one, I programmed a program. I created a program to try and like help me brute force one of the solutions, which kind of helped, kind of didn't help. This is very strange. Oh, that was almost there. If we went to the left, maybe we could have got that. I think we should not jump off early off this thing. Take our time, refocus, make sure we get some extra height, because vertical height matters a lot on this. Whether you like it or not. You know, you've got to be at least 1 meter 40 to ride this roller coaster. You might say, that's not that high. No. I need more vertical dashes upwards. I'm not getting enough vertical height over there. That time I don't even know what I did. Well, the aim is basically to be dashing upwards as you collect the jewel. To squeak out a bit more of a vertical jump out of it, a vertical dash even. Sort of like that, except for, you know, don't dash into the raging fireballs of death. They seek to hinder your plans of ascension. because they are jealous. The bird on the land is jealous of the one who flies, and instead of learning to fly themselves, they will clip your wings and take them for themselves. Is that an idiom? No, I just made it up. But it kind of sounds like almost like some Aesop's Fable type of thing, you know? No. The dodo and the... I don't know, that kind of puts the dodo in a vengeful light, which I don't think they are particularly. Or maybe against human... Oh, that was it. That was it. Surprisingly, we did that like just by dashing vertically upwards almost the entire time. But we'll get to the end of the screen and then we'll round off this episode here. Been a bit of a meta look at everything, I suppose. But yeah, it'll be fun. I need to think of some ideas, okay? I'm trying to think of some... I've got an idea for the Bug Snacks YouTube thumbnail. I haven't got an idea for Little Night... Well, I've sort of got an idea, but it's not a good idea. Yet, but hopefully I can make it a good idea. Because I've been trying to get a good balance or simplicity in them. Because, I mean, the YouTube thumbnails are so small, you can't really see a lot of detail on them anyway. So there's no need to have as much detail as I did in, like, The Witness, for example. The Witness's thumbnail was definitely far too excessive for what it was. You can't even see half the detail. So I started implementing it a bit more in Celeste, where I basically cut out a huge amount of the elements. Oh, there we go. Alright, we'll round up this episode off here. So maybe the lava won't start until we start moving, which is fine. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. If it's been Celeste, I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me Dear Darling Discord and follow me on Twitter down below. I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.